God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaur. Statues. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. My name is Mr. X, and today we're looking at this Extreme collectible from Prime 1 Studio. This is their 1/15 scale Triceratops from the original Jurassic Park movie. Now, if you're a follower of the channel, you know that I collect some dinosaur statues. This is actually my third one from Prime 1 Studio, and I have a few more on order. First one I ever got was this T-Rex right here, Tyrannosaurus Rex from the classic iconic scene where it first broke out in Jurassic Park. For the most part, all the dinosaurs I'm collecting are 1/15 scale. We'll talk about what that means in design. Now, I wasn't planning on getting this one. However, I really needed a Triceratops, so it was between this one and another piece that I recently reviewed right here. I ordered this one and it took over 4 months just to ship from Asia to the US. And in the meantime, that one that I just popped up earlier actually was on sale for about 20% off. So I ended up purchasing that one, and now I have both. Now today we're just going to look at this guy, but make sure you've not only liked this video, but you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification, because I will do a comparison between the two, and the loser will be sold to somebody on the channel. But Prime 1 Studio has been making a ton of Jurassic Park pieces, whether they're from the original film, number 2, number 3. I think there's 6 films now, 5 or 6 films, and another one coming out. So I'm pretty much grabbing everything from the 1/15 scale. I want to keep them all the same size. Now, just being very transparent with you, this one isn't very popular because it's kind of boring, as opposed to like their Mosasaurus right here that's actually jumping out of the water and eating a shark. This guy's just standing there on a vegetation base. They could have made it a little bit more exciting, like maybe it was taking a shit, something of that nature. However, let's start the review with that. Let's talk about the concept of this piece. Now, while it's not really exciting, I don't think it needs to be. So first on the bottom here, Prime 1 Studio does this with all their Jurassic pieces. They have this sub base underneath that has this 2-layer museum-style black encasing all over it. And then on the front, as you saw, they actually have the logo from the movie, and they label the dinosaur in case you're a moron. And in between that, they have kind of this archaeological bone display. It's pretty cool. It shows different dinosaur bones. And again, it insinuates it's underneath this actual dinosaur. So it's very, what I would call conceptual, but very, very cool. Now, on top of that, like I said, kind of an environmental vegetation base. You have some mud, some trees, some plants. Some are actually mixed media, so we'll talk about that. But the rest of it is actually sculpted in. And the Triceratops is very boring. He is standing there about to eat. That's about it. He has nothing exciting going on. He's not scary. Although if I did see one of these in real life, I'm sure I would freak out. But it still looks good. So really for the concept, the only thing that they have going on is their base. Again, very cool, but I've seen it before, so it doesn't exactly have the wow factor. However, I don't know what they could have been doing different. So I give him a 3 out of 5 on the concept. It's fine, it's just nothing amazing or exciting. Design is just as simplistic, believe it or not. So usually I show an unboxing and assembly. I don't really need to show an assembly on this because this is it. With a few exceptions, let's check out at least the boxes. So one very manageable box right here, and Prime 1 Studio is gracious enough to give me a calendar that's 2 years old and advertisements for pieces that are long sold out. Then in the box, you had 3 pieces. You had the dinosaur, which is permanently affixed to the base, a proximity piece we're going to look at, and then also 4 bags of weed. Oh, I'm sorry, those are plants. And this is the mixed media, so this is kind of a plastic material. This actually sticks in a few of the different holes you can see right here. And there are actually 4 holes to stick it in.
Hey, that's what she said.
Wait, that's not right. Now, they do have this cool proximity piece, and I know a few of their pieces, they have this. This is the first one I've received. It is neat. It reminds me of the display when they were going through the park. These are the signs they had near each paddock or cage that the dinosaurs were in. All right, dimensions really quick. The base is 20.5 inches wide. The tail sticks out maybe half an inch more, same with the horn. The depth is 9, and then the highest point is right under 12.5 inches. The additional accessory is 8 inches high and about 4.5 inches wide. So really nothing to say about design other than what we talked about. This might be one of the shortest reviews I've ever had, but I think the design's also a 3 out of 5 on this piece. However, Prime One Studio did a fantastic job with paint and sculpt, which is what I was really hoping for because I wanted this to match the rest of my line. So let's take a look at that. Starting with the proximity piece, the sign here, it's a little cheaper. It's probably the weakest part of the paint and sculpt, but it has really that, I think that color really adds to the dinosaur itself since it's so monotone in color. But there's some cracks along it, felt bottom. So I appreciate it. The cracks look not like it's too old because we know the park had just opened. Shows kind of the map of the park or where it was found in the US with the symbol of the Triceratops and the classic Jurassic Park font. So on the base here, a little dusty from the factory, but again, that black museum style base. Normally I don't like these, but I like how it incorporates the other things that we talked about. I wish they would have chosen a different color for the Jurassic Park symbol here. They did on some of the other pieces, it was more of a silver, so it popped more. It didn't blend in too much. And then the Triceratops, while I hate name pieces, I like that they all match. So this archaeological dig they have down here with the bones, it's all kind of this brown and black color, but great sculpt. See different pieces of the bones of the dinosaurs. Really nice job. There's dust from the factory still. The top of the base looks great. The plastic plants don't look too bad. They're probably the weakest part of the dinosaur here, but I like the mud, the color they use. I like the texture on the ground, the tree roots growing out. And there's so many darker colors here, the browns, the greens, the grays, but it's still, you can still differentiate it pretty well. And almost a moist effect on the ground to help with that mud that you actually see going up on the dinosaur itself. But even the tree roots here I think look really nice. And then they have this sculpted plant over here that assumably he was eating. This looks really good. Again, the green helps, the bright green helps contrast the statue with tips of yellow, kind of a shiny gloss on there. So I really like the base. They did a really nice job with this one. Now on the dinosaur itself, you know, it has these green and yellow colors with a little bit of a gray mixed in. These nodules are bumps, very reptilian skin all over it, very cracked, hard, and dry. See the cracks along the back. Looks good. It's appearing lighter in the camera than it is in person, but both look pretty good. And then the variation of colors makes him not so boring. Then if you look at his portrait, first his horns, I think they did a really nice job. I like kind of this enamel finish on there. Makes it look like real bone horns. Same thing with his nose horn there and kind of the beak-like mouth. And again, a little bit of a moist effect down there. He's in the middle of eating. His eyes look fantastic. Really nice paint and sculpt on this. I'm incredibly impressed, actually. Definitely, because you want to kind of see this, you don't want to display it too low, which is nice because mine will be up higher. But I'm impressed overall. I think Prime One Studio did a really, really good job with the paint and sculpt on this. It's a winner. All right, so let's start with the paint. I think the base looks amazing. I think they did a nice job on the dinosaur. You know, kind of a funny fact, we don't really know what color dinosaurs are. We're assuming they were kind of this color based on reptiles, but we don't know for sure what their skin looked like. So it is a little bit boring, but that's what we assume the dinosaur was, and I think it's done really well. I actually give the paint on this piece a weak 5 out of 5. I'm really impressed. I don't see anything I would want to change. Sculpt is equally as impressive. While I'm not going to give it a top score, I think it's a strong 4 out of 5. I really like this, which makes me really appreciate the fact that these are so rare as well, because that's what we're going to talk about next is value. Now, they only made 100 of these, and it was $600, which is considerably cheap. I used their economy shipping, which was like $40, which is why it took so long. But really, that's a fantastic deal on this. I'm really impressed by the price point, and I'm really impressed with the end result, and the fact that it's a low edition size is really nice. Especially if you're like me, you're getting all their other 1/15 scale, you kind of have to have this one. So I think that I can definitely gain a profit on him if I ever sold my dinosaur collection. So I think for those reasons, it's a 4 out of 5 on the value. So really what Prime One Studio lacks in kind of creativity on this, which again, I don't know which direction they could have gone. I think they made it up in the paint, sculpt, and value. but it doesn't mean this has the X factor. It doesn't mean this is a 5 out of 5 statue. It is cool, and I like it a lot better than I thought I would. However, I'm wondering how big this is going to look next to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This looks a little bit big, but I guess in real life I've never seen two of them side by side. If you want to see what it looks like in the display, check out the Extreme Channel social media. There's links in the description below. You can definitely check those out. But for now, I think it's a solid statue. I still think it's a strong 3 out of 5. It's probably gonna be my least favorite dinosaur statue, although I'm gonna compare this to the Iron Studio one and we're gonna see which one actually wins and which one I'm gonna keep. Pretty cool though. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So pretty cool. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to stay tuned for that comparison video, plus 2 other dinosaur pieces that should be coming the next month or so. For now, please drop me a like on the way out and check out some of these other videos. Take care.